Hey, welcome. I was going to say Marvel fans, but we're not doing Marvel tonight. We're doing D&D. So welcome D&D fans. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are talking about the movie Honor Among Thieves. So don't miss out and prepare to roll initiative. This is the FOMO Show. All right, I am Dylan.
Hi, I'm Quinn.
All right, so, yeah, thanks for watching once again. Whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, wherever, thanks for joining us. Hope that you guys will enjoy the ride and join us every Thursday night, 9:30-ish, even though it's like 10 o'clock Central Standard Time.
How did it end up being 10 o'clock?
I know. I turned around and I took a nap this afternoon, this evening, so I'm like, I'm feeling good, but I was starting out a little slow.
Dylan's a hard-working man.
Momentum built.
Yeah, he needs his Z's.
So, once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon so that you know when we drop new videos and when we go live. And don't forget to check out that website at www.broken.pictures.com. And if you want to show a little support, we appreciate that. Ah, man, I keep freezing our account. All right. Oh, well. But anyways, there's a link in the description if you want to go give us a tip or anything like that. We appreciate it. Any amount matters. And if you can't do that, like and share are huge benefits, huge helps. So please, please, please do that. At least like and subscribe if you want to see more. So thanks to our new subscribers and our new followers. And so tonight is a little bit different.
It's a smidge different.
We're changing it up a little bit. Tonight is Quinn's Choice.
Quinn's Choice. Okay, sure.
I'm putting this on you, my man.
Welcome to the Quinn's Choice Awards.
Not Sophie's Choice, but Quinn's Choice. That's it. Wow, that's showing my age. That's an '80s movie, like an old school.
I've seen Sophie's Choice. So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think I've actually seen it. I've just heard it referenced a lot.
Any special notes?
Just, stay away from monkeys. It's apparently
from monkeys.
A global health an American health epidemic now.
Oh, really?
Or not necessarily epidemic, but what is it?
Hazard? No.
No, it's been declared an official danger. I can't think of the words. Emergency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Health emergency.
Health emergency. That's the thing. Oh well.
Interesting. Okay. Well, this is how COVID started.
I mean, you can do it if you want to. I don't know that there's any.
It's not, but it feels wrong not to.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. We'll do it just so we can do it. If you haven't left now, this is your last chance because this is your spoiler alert. In this episode of the FOMO Show, we will be talking about the trailer and other Dungeons and Dragons related things for Honor Among Thieves. If you haven't watched that, pause this, go watch that, and then come back. It's like 2 minutes long, so it won't take you long at all. Unless you want to be spoiled or don't like trailers, whichever. You have been warned.
Yep. And we're gonna kind of go through the trailer a little bit on here too. But I mean, just if you go back and watch the trailer, just be sure to don't close this link. So, come back, please come back. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for all our house business, I guess.
House rules.
House cleaning? I don't know. Anyways,
housekeeping.
Love your pillow. Anyways, so new or experienced players are going to find, I think, a lot of interesting things in this movie.
Yes.
Especially experienced players. There's going to be a lot of cameo. I'm looking for a lot of cameos.
It's gonna be a lot of
I
cameos.
would not be surprised to see the likes of anybody that's like in the Nerdist circle, you know, that does like D&D for a living.
Yes.
Or in the shoot, I just lost the names. The Critical Role circle. Anybody that does that for a living, and or any celebrity people like Vin Diesel or Jason Momoa.
Vin Diesel quotations.
I mean, Michelle Rodriguez is starring in the movie.
You
if she couldn't pull Vin Diesel for a D&D movie, you got no clout. You know what I mean? He sat there and said, "I am Groot" in like 100 different languages with 100 different inflections. The dude is committed.
I think you'll get this. Michelle Rodriguez, their character is the barbarian. Before we get too far in anything, barbarians have unarmored movement, so they move a bit faster than most of the characters. And they also have rage, which means she's also the most furious.
She's perfect for her.
She's also the most furious character. So with those two things,
So, I was about to like, then I was like, I see you.
Yes, she is the Fast and the Furious.
Or
if Vin Diesel shows up,
oh man.
and he's also barbarian because he's also the Fast and the Furious, and he's gonna be like, "We gotta stick together because we're family." I'll lose my shit.
Oh man.
I'll lose it. I'll be done the rest of the time.
That gets one of those. Oh man. That was great.
So yes, this movie. I didn't even take a drink. I just picked up the glass.
So let's do a cast rundown real quick.
Yes.
Just and don't forget we have the trailer too before we get
too deep into things.
All right. So it seems like the main dude, obviously the narrator, Chris Pine is
The Bard.
Michelle Rodriguez, the barbarian. Regine Page. I'm probably butchering it.
Yes.
Yeah, from Bridgerton, the Paladin.
He is the Paladin.
I always say it Paladin. Yeah, because when I was a kid, I didn't know how to say it, so I always said Paladin. I don't know why, because it looked like Aladdin, I guess. But yeah, it's like like people say knuckleheads when they're like talking about Wolverine.
Yes.
Because when you're a kid, you're reading the Wolverine comic and it says knuckleheads, and yeah.
Because little kids know how to say knuckleheads.
Yeah.
It's fine. It happens. Justice Smith is the sorcerer. We have someone who I thought was 12, but is actually 20.
Oh wow, she is. How is she 20 now?
Yeah, right? That's what I said.
These kids be growing up.
Yeah. So, Leans?
Sophia Lillis?
Oh, yes. Is the Druid. We have Hugh Grant, of course.
From It, by the way.
Yeah, from It. Chapter 1 and 2. Hugh Grant being the rogue.
Hugh Grant, no introduction there.
Yeah. We have Chloe Coleman, who is playing an unknown character. Jason Wong, who is unknown character. Daisy Head. I say unknown.
Yeah,
I'm looking at IMDb. I don't know what.
Yeah, we don't. Me too. We don't have to go through all these. Just kind of hit the main, circle.
But of the party, that is who we got. So, you got yourselves a pretty well-rounded group.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I was surprised to see like Chris Pine. Seems a little too preppy.
Wasn't.
Really?
No, because he did Star Trek.
That's true.
Yeah, he did the newer Star Trek.
Just space D&D.
Space D&D. A lot of stuff, once you like really get down to the nitty-gritty, and Shay hates it when I do this, is just a D&D campaign. Like, that's straight up what it is.
Yep.
But, because it's all storytelling, but that we'll get into that later. But yeah.
And, one other thing, another group of people I would expect to see cameos or reference to is anybody in the Stranger Things camp.
Yeah, I would expect, or at least you wouldn't recognize. No average person wouldn't recognize them, but the Duffer Brothers, is that their names?
Duffers.
Yeah, the Duffer Brothers. Yeah. Them
Or,
just.
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, or the Game of Thrones, but
the
anything
Game
that's
of
like
Thrones.
dragon, obvious Dungeons
Yeah.
and Dragons references. But.
Yeah, that would be. So, get ready for in-game level of fan service a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because this one they took the Marvel route, and so it's kind of like self-aware. It's a little funny, and they're going with the big poppy music.
Which while we're getting into the bad of it, have y'all ever heard of Guardians of the Galaxy?
What's that? I mean, 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
You might have been.
Yeah.
Who the hell is this?
Who the hell is this?
Star-Lord.
Real talk. So apparently, back way when they were formulating this movie, they took some inspirations for kind of how the format of the story was going to go from Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously James Gunn, who's
And so,
big nerd.
the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie ended up being a sci-fi Dungeons and Dragons movie, without anyone ever saying out loud, "This is a sci-fi Dungeons and Dragons movie."
Definitely see that.
But now this movie's coming out, and with it also taking the Marvel route, it, to most folks, will look like a fantasy Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I had to reverse it in my head, but I've said it out loud more than once, which means it's going to probably hit some of the same notes, even though, the directors are different, but the style of movie is going to be, like you said, it's going to fall in the line with Guardians. Really? Okay. That number surprised me.
Yeah.
So, all right. So yeah, and that's the only thing that kind of like discourages me about it, because it can.
Red Moon said, "I was here when the FOMO show happened."
Oh hey.
Hey
Cole, how are you?
Cole.
Yes.
Do I know Cole?
You don't know Cole.
Okay.
You Cole's been at my table once before. He will also be playing my Naruto campaign at one point in time.
Very nice.
He also has his own YouTube channel that y'all could probably follow by his name. He goes over anime things.
Oh, very cool,
Yeah,
very cool.
so.
I need to educate myself.
Hi, Cole.
Yeah. So yeah, if you don't know, just real roots here. How long you been playing D&D, Quinn?
How long have I been playing? What year is this? I'm looking at the year.
2022.
2022. For me, 2015. So about the time 5th edition came out.
7 years?
About 7 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. I figured it'd be longer than that, but like when you jumped in with all 4 feet, right?
I jumped in with a toe, and then
Oh.
it just kept going. It
And
never
then you
stopped.
and now you're swimming in it.
Yep.
This
'Cause
is like Dungeon Master Extraordinaire right here.
there are others who are I have met others who are far more experienced than me, but
I'm sure, but
yeah.
I mean,
I
it's coming from me. You're my favorite DM.
Thank you, Dylan.
I might be a little biased, but
I mean, it's okay to have those biases. Biases? Biasi.
bye.
Bye. just
Just
bye.
shorter.
Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye bye.
Perfect echo. Timing is impeccable, which is great for a DM. Perfect, because I mean, if you've heard this guy, like, okay, so let's say you roll, and you're like hitting the enemy for the killing stroke, right? And he's like, all right, how you want to kill him? And so, I mean, sometimes catches you off guard. Or people like me, I'm just like awkward, so I'm just like, I don't know, or unless I'm just really feeling it, It's like let's kill him.
Let's kill him.
And so he's like, okay, here's how it goes. And he will unleash like an off the cuff, complete, like detailed analysis of how this person or monster is killed and destroyed thoroughly and in the most fun way.
Yes. Cole asked another question.
Maybe a normie question, but are the D&D monsters in Stranger Things actually in D&D?
The answer to the question, yes, but not in the way that they are in Stranger Things.
Interpretive. Which
Yeah.
this movie also takes some liberties.
Yes, it does with some of the classes, but the most obvious one of like monsters in Stranger Things that are in D&D with the same name is the Demogorgon. That's the one everyone really knows.
Mind Flayer.
Yeah, but the Demogorgon is in Dungeons and Dragons proper. Oh man, I'm gonna sound like somebody I don't want to talk to. Is one of the 9 demon lords, and it is a 2-headed baboon with tentacles for arms and a few extra legs, and it's about 25 feet tall. It's very big. It's probably taller than 25
Looks
feet.
nothing like the Stranger Things thing.
No, it does not. But they do that a lot. The only one that kind of looks close to its D&D counterpart is Vecna. Just because Vecna is a lich. Liches are undead. He looks super undead because he's crispily, crackily, burnt, crispily, crunchity. And Vecna does not have his left hand or his eye. But this Vecna still his left hand is all like long. It's not the claw.
He's got the Kruger claw.
Yeah, he has a Kruger claw, and he still has both his eyes for now. It would have been
For
cool
now.
for now. So, yes, but they are, to answer in short.
Yeah, and thanks for interacting and asking questions. This
Yes.
is like the original intent of the show. Crispy Vecna.
Crispy Vecna.
Smells like cookies. Flesh cookies.
It's nothing I want. Okay, but yes,
But everything you do.
everything you do. So yes.
So yeah, so this movie does take some liberties, just like, well, I would say just like Stranger Things, but obviously this movie is a D&D movie. It is endorsed and put out there by the D&D company.
Yeah, Wizards of the
I
Coast.
mean, show them the logo on the back of the cup, like that logo right there is in the
It's
actual
the and.
logo.
Yeah.
So this is like official canon. Well, I wouldn't say canon, but officially
Official,
the same company, the D&D company.
Yep.
But they obviously take liberties. There are people, like Quinn was saying, there's, somebody he doesn't want to talk to.
Yeah.
That are like, well, actually, that type of person is like, buy the book. But most people,
We call them
rule lawyers.
Yep. And they super, like, if it's not in the book, I'm sorry, you can't use that. Is that in the book? Is it written? Wait. Please catch me up. I'm late. What? Oh, D&D movie. Oh, yes, there's a trailer. You should go watch.
Catch me up. I'm late. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Honor Among Thieves.
Yes. It's Honor Among Thieves. You can go watch the trailer and then come back and then and I'm sure everything will be in all caps after that as well.
Yep, and there's a rewind button.
It's a rewind button on us.
Oh, hold on.
Well, there's that button with them on the right here. Please. What did I say? But
So the chairs are floating now. So.
if I open a demon hole in your house, Dylan, I'm sorry.
There's a ghost under the table.
There's a ghost on the table.
That's my dog's name, by the
But
way.
yeah, if it's not in the books, written by someone from Wizards of the Coast, it is not something that can be used in the game legally. Quotations,
Right.
which is dumb. I hate. It's dumb.
The point of the game is to have fun, not be sitting
Yeah.
there and like, okay, we're gonna pause the entire game so we can look up this rule.
Yes. See,
Yeah.
I watched the former show because I know, so he doesn't have the fear of missing out.
Got
Ding.
you. Ding ding.
Yeah, because I mean, the game is meant to reward creativity, and it's not communicative, but a cooperative storytelling. So you have the DM, GM, whichever you like to be called, that runs the game, or sometimes it's just like sits back and be the referee and let you exist in this world, whether you're in a sandbox or you have the whole entire world as your playground.
Yeah, it's nerdy improv is what it is, basically.
Yeah, essentially. Very much so. Because you can get super deep into it if you have, like, players that have pages of backstory for their characters.
Right.
Or
Stephanie.
we love you, Stephanie. Or
Miss you. Sorry I missed you and your brother last night. I haven't been able to play our campaign in 3 weeks because
Dylan's been working
crazy
hard.
work hours.
Yeah. Yep.
And so even in the trailer, it does fudge the rules.
It does.
And so, like, typically, like, when you fudge the rules, it's, like, called a homebrew, right?
Yep. That is when you create something of your own mind child or something that you just inspired. That inspired you. Like, you want to make...
It's your headcanon.
It's your headcanon. You want to make a bunny dragon. And you stat it up, and now you have a CR5 bunny dragon.
Yeah. When you ask that question, that's usually when Quinn goes and smirks, and he goes, I'll allow it.
Yes. So and that gotten someone killed before. Actually, a couple weeks ago, that got someone killed. They got a hole through their chest.
Oof.
Because they asked. It's fine. But yes.
And Dungeons and Dragons, just throw this out there, isn't always actually like fantasy as far as like Lord of the Rings type.
Yeah, no.
You can do any setting. You can do a space setting. Like the campaign we're doing right now is this awesome campaign that is this atmosphere and everything that Quinn has created called it's in
it's London. It's set in 1843. It's called London's Lost the Plot.
Yeah.
It's
like old like Jack the Ripper, Sherlock Holmes, like all that fun stuff.
All that stuff. Historical
mixed in with all the D&D characters and monsters, and it's fantastic.
I'm happy they're enjoying it because it is a lot's happening all at once. Because I
was trying. What is? Oh shoot! What was that show that went on for a little while? Dreadful. Penny Dreadful.
Penny Dreadful. Oh yeah.
It's kind of like ish.
Yeah, a little bit.
Eva Green and
Pinky Blinders. Yeah, I haven't got to the Pinky Blinders part yet.
Pinky Blinders?
Pinky Blinders?
Peaky
Blinders? What I thought was Peaky Blinders. All right, it's Pinky Blinders?
No, Peaky.
Peaky?
Yeah, like peek.
Like peeking through the blinds?
Yeah, Peaky Blinders, yeah. But yeah, Penny Dreadful also has like werewolves and vampires and all that kind of stuff, so it's kind of like ish.
There's a lot, because, the D&D, you like you said, you can do anything. It's cooperative storytelling. It is where creatives can have fun, and even those that aren't creative can go and be around folks and just enjoy each other's company. So
a lot of film and theater people are big into it as well. Just for obvious reasons, like you get to flesh out a character and play that character for as long as you want.
Or until they die.
And you have creative control, which is huge.
Yeah.
Mostly, and with the permission of your DM, obviously.
Oh, unless you get a hole in your chest. That happens.
They do.
So, but yes. But like you said, yes, rule lawyers, because we've been on that for like 5 minutes. Rule lawyers.
And that's literally how it
happened. The one thing that everybody was kind of like going off about after the trailer came out in Comic-Con, and you were either were about it or you were like not about it, and I've seen videos, TikToks, all sorts of stuff of both sides, and I'm on the I'm about it side. But the Druid character, who's played by Sophia, turns into an owlbear, which typically you can't turn into an owlbear when you wild shape. You can turn other animals, but
you can turn into a beast, but not like a monster or whatever.
I mean,
owlbear. The classification of it, like it's you can really like get down into the nitty gritty of like these classes. It's insanely detailed.
Yeah, but all it is just a new class, or it's just a simple rule change. It's something that any DM would allow. Like they're like, hey, I turned into an owlbear for blank reason. Cool. And they're like, there you go. Unless, you have a rule lawyer. So
what is an owlbear, you ask?
Exactly what it sounds like. Exactly what it sounds like.
It's pretty cool looking.
It's owl head, fair body. It still goes. I mean, close enough. So, and then roars.
Ooh, hooger.
Hooger. So yeah. What was well, I guess let's go ahead and get into the trailer, get through it, and then we'll talk through it, because also let's get your first impressions of it, or your impression of it.
All right, and we're gonna talk over it too, because
They'll take this video down if not.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right.
Here's the thing.
So Chris Pine's talking. They're doing the thing. They're showing a lot of like interesting locations. There's some neat magic items here.
Yeah, armor obviously is
Armor. So
dragon. There's your first dragon.
There's a black dragon spewing out acid at being a black dragon. Like compared to the D&D movie that came out into the 2000s, this thing sticks to the books, like as far as how everything should look, how everything can look. There's a red wizard of Thay. That's very cool, because that's some like old school D&D stuff. The way that the spells are looking,
like a slow spell.
Yep. They're using shield. What is they're talking about drinking, because that's all you do in D&D.
Yeah, I mean, like you meet at a tavern.
You meet at
the whole thing.
The barbarian is being a barbarian.
Yeah. The paladin is being powerful.
The sorcerer attuned to an item. He used it. There's the owlbear, because see exactly the sound I made. That was it. Exactly the sound.
It's a feathery beaked bear.
The feathery beaked bear that then turns back into Little Woman. That looks like a white dragon.
Really? I thought it was like a brass or something.
It could be a brass dragon.
It's a cantrip.
Yep, that's Green Flame Blade. It's seeing these spells like brought to last Witch Bolt. That's a mimic. Yeah, and mimics are fun because that's a gelatinous cube. Jinx, another red wizard of Thay. That's another dragon.
Oh yeah, it was a displacer beast as well. I think that's a red dragon. What they said.
Which is weird. It's fat.
Well, they made them like all different shapes and sizes, so it's not just like, oh, here's same
this.
dragon, different color.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. They're like people. They're intelligent creatures. The banter that they're having,
it's like,
it's
So it's like perfect banter when you get some randoms together. And,
this is what happens.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was the trailer. So when you first watched the trailer, what was your first impression of it?
My first impression was, this is incredibly cheesy. Just because the take on it was like, I was expecting something a little bit more Lord of the Rings, a little darker and grittier.
Kind of epic-y.
Yeah, more like, more takes itself a little bit more seriously, like scale and all this, epicness. And but then I was like even the graphics, the CGI, it's like it's a video game. The CG is like, I mean, it's decent, it's good, but it's like, it's still just a little bit like cartoony almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it fits in like the spirit of it. So like, I watched a cast interview with MTV News, and they were talking about it, and it's like it's like a comedy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a thriller. It's got all these fun things. It's basically Guardians of the Galaxy in D&D world, and so it took me a minute to kind of get on board with it, with like it celebrating the spirit of D&D, and like as a cast, they one of the things they got to do to get to know each other is that they played like a D&D campaign. A couple of them had never played before. I didn't know Michelle Rodriguez is a huge nerd.
Yes.
Like, I mean, she collected Marvel cards and draws comics and all kinds of fun stuff. I had no idea.
This was a super small side note. There was a point in time, this was long before we met. I think I might have still been in high school. Maybe. I might have been just out of high school. There was talks of her playing a Green Lantern.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I
I
mean,
remember that.
I know, you know, not everybody who gets in those movies like read the comics or like know the characters, everything. But when you get someone that really is like, perfect example, Henry Cavill decided I'm just gonna go ahead and read all the Witcher books,
Yeah.
play the games, and be like, all right, I
I
understand.
am the Witcher.
I understand all this, and I'm gonna do my thing, but respect all of this.
Yes.
So yeah, when you
Yeah,
have
and bring like a new respectable take to it.
yeah.
Instead of just like, oh, you know what, I'm going to do something new and just throw it out the window. You know?
Yes. So and when
No,
you
that's not my Henry Cavill voice, by the way. It's just my disrespectful Brit, I guess. I don't know.
so when you have someone that like comes into something that
Russell Brand.
oh my god, if Russell Brand was the Witcher. What's all this then?
Pretty good. Oh, man.
Oh.
Bullshit, 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 bullshit.
Oh, dang it, Dylan. I think we need to tell somebody to do a parody
Russell
Witcher.
Brand would have been a great bard in this.
He really would have.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, man. You never know. They could have cameos out the butthole, but we'll see.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, even like a voice or something.
Yeah.
I would not doubt it. Just like because of the funness of this, and who like D&D is like big right now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been big for it's had a resurgence for quite a while now, several years.
Yep. Critical Role helped.
You can back it up.
Critical Role helped. I personally, I don't have anything against the folks who do Critical Role. Let me state that. I think they are all wonderful voice actors and everything, but the idea of the way Critical Role is done, to me. But we'll
Some people are like super on board with like
Yeah.
that's like the thing. Like they are
and
like
that's the problem.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Critical Role, and then with Stranger Things in the past 4 years coming out and being like having the platform of being reached by millions
Yeah.
across the world, D&D has seen heights it has not seen in like ages. So it is
Probably since the 80s.
yeah. Stranger Things touched on that, which was like, oh, this is neat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and they like one of the things that Hugh Grant said during the interview, and I think he was just being cheeky because he's Hugh Grant. He was talking about, you know, they had asked them if any of them had played D&D or were aware of D&D before being cast and all that kind of stuff. And of course, all of them were playing coy, except Michelle Rodriguez. She was like, "Look, I grew up in New Jersey."
I grew up in Jersey, Phil.
So, but yeah, so all of them were really aware of it.
Hugh Grant?
I want to say Jean-Luc, but Ray Genard, or damn it, what's his name? It's playing the Paladin. Damn it. My whole brain is sinking now.
Rajin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Bridgerton.
From Bridgerton.
He basically said he grew up. He was basically like the Eddie Munson of his group.
Oh, that's cool.
Because he basically grew up playing RPGs, which is basically just computer
Yeah.
D&D. And especially when you get into The Witcher and stuff like that. Which my favorite ones. Like I get sucked in big time. So when I was introduced young to D&D, but I didn't play very much. It was mainly like adults and stuff because D&D can get very adult very quickly.
Yeah, depend on how you play or who you're playing with.
Yeah, exactly. Who you're playing with has a lot to do with it. Because some folks be playing sexy bards every time. Rachel. And so.
Thought bards. Bard thoughts. Well, okay, honestly, I have not met a bard that hasn't tried to seduce everything that moves.
My bard.
Dylan's bard.
My bard was he was not burnt out, but he was jaded.
He was quite jaded.
He was a jaded bard.
Didn't help we had a racist.
Yeah.
That was a lot. All right.
It was
Okay.
the first and only bard I ever played, and apparently I played him all wrong. So,
Oh, he didn't play the bard.
but they were like, "Do you want to battle this guy for his throne?" I was like, "Nah, I don't think so. I'm just gonna go cook some food. And
He
let me
went
know
up.
when you're done."
Yeah, he went and cooked.
Everybody was pissed. But anyways,
That was the worst fight. Yeah. Okay. So, but
I was
yes.
true to the character. I mean, but anyways, so I forget what I was getting. I was saying, yeah, he grew up playing RPGs and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, when I played a lot of RPGs, loved RPGs. So when Quinn asked me if I wanted to join and start playing a couple years back, I was all in, and it's been fun ever since. We've played all the way through.
Yep. Played a lot.
I think since it used to be me and Rachel were the only ones that everybody else kind of changed out.
Yep.
Now it's just me and you, the only ones.
Only ones left.
Yeah, in our party. But I mean, Stephanie has become a mainstay, obviously. But
Yeah. I mean, changes happen. Things, crew, all good things must come to an end. All that good jazz.
yeah,
But-
adult life.
That's life. But we're about to start talking about our games.
Yeah.
My first. Anything else on your first impression?
I just thought it was really cheesy and I don't know. I was just kind of off, not really off put, but I was just like, oh, this is gonna be just like goofy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Before I start with mine, there's this meme, another meme, because D&D is dick jokes and memes. So there's another meme of like how your D&D campaign starts, and it shows like Fellowship of the Ring right before they leave, and then how your D&D campaign ends, and it's Monty Python.
That was one of the things they asked him, like, what is this kind of like? And he was like, there's some Monty Python stuff in there. Oh, shoot. That was another reference he gave, but cannot think of it right now. But yeah, some like, it was basically comedic stuff. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's fun. It's just like once I kind of figured out the tone of it, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. But at first, I was a little off-put that it wasn't like what I wanted it to be or expected.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, oh, this is actually playing D&D. So it's gonna have silly and goofy stuff, and
There's gonna be things going on. I'm surprised it's not. I'm not surprised it's not rated R. I understand why.
Yeah. And there's gonna be like people butting heads. Like when she's just like, so what do you do? And he's like, I make the plans. Like, so you make failed plans? Well, I make a new plan.
Because it happens. It's not. Characters are. While you're playing a character, it is a living thing, and it acts a certain way. Yes, we understand and know how it acts, but
get really attached.
Yeah, it happens.
And then you clank your swords together, and you die, and you lose your swords, and you quit. Because one is evil, and one is good, and they canceled each other out.
Oh man! All right, yeah. So
it happens.
It happens. I just said, don't roll a 1, and what happened? You roll. It's fine. So yes, my first impression of it was, I didn't know what I had to watch. I think that time, counting watching it just now, was probably the 5th time I've watched the trailer, because I had to watch it to kind of like. What is really happening, and there's little glimpses of things, of everything that's going on. So when we're following the party, it'll be like kind of feeling action comedy from it. But whenever we're following the villain, which looks like it's gonna be the Red Wizards of Thay, and I think the Drachenhorn, I'm saying it wrong, but it looks like it could be. It probably not.
The little thing that they accidentally gave
Yeah.
to the bad guy and started the
Which you blow
culmination of the end of the world.
up, which
Because they stole the wrong thing from the
because they
wrong
sold
person.
the wrong thing. Which it could be what they're leading up to is the rise of Tiamat, who used to be a former ruler of the First Circle of Hell, and the queen of all chromatic dragons. Yeah, 5-headed dragon. So, if that is where they are heading, it could be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting.
And taking the Marvel approach, hopefully they've got like several campaigns planned
Some
out,
things
like
kind of-
continuous, like, and hope it would be really cool if like each movie was like a week. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you play a different, like each week you play a different campaign, or not same campaign but different.
Yeah.
You know, and it grows as you go.
It grows as you go.
Yeah, it'd be super cool if it felt that way and it was
Yeah.
just like
I
people
c-
embraced it as that. That would be amazing.
So yeah, I know it's gonna have mixed reactions when it comes out. I'm still on the fence about it until I see it. I know once I watch it, I will enjoy watching it. But yeah, everybody's just gonna be kind of until it comes out. But like you said earlier, it is a celebration of D&D and how popular this game that ultimately the goal of it is to bring people together to have fun is
Yeah. Oh, yeah, my bad. The cheeky thing that Hugh Grant said.
Oh.
He was like, "Oh, I never played it. It always come off to me as a little satanic." So, which is a cut to the '80s where the whole satanic panic thing and D&D was blamed.
super in the middle of it.
But anybody who has ever played D&D knows that it's not satanic and it's not like that. It's just
Well, depends.
it depends on who you're playing with.
Yeah.
But in general, there's nothing inherently satanic about it.
Yeah, inherently no.
It's just Lord of the Rings.
Yep, especially back then. Back then though, it was harder. This is
Harder to play.
much harder to play.
Oh yeah, it was lots of math.
Oh man, you'd be
Lots
lucky.
of math.
You'd be lucky if you didn't die from stepping on a leaf. That's how lucky you'd be. But you know, that's besides the
Oh
point.
yeah, and
Trauma,
cruel DMs.
cruel DMs.
Yeah, you got to get the right DM too,
Yes.
because and stay on your DM's good side.
So
Quinn used to say, just rocks.
rocks fall, you die. So, but yeah, it's. I haven't seen anything that within the trailer that worries me to a point of like this is gonna be a bad movie. Yeah, the CGI's a little off, but I mean, it's the first one. I'm sure. I mean, I know they pumped money into like we'll use Guardians of the Galaxy because it's kind of the same level, but you don't know it's gonna work until it works.
Yeah. So there's a budget.
There's a budget.
I mean, they did get Chris Pine and Hugh Grant and some
That's
big
the
names.
budget.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant went, you want me to do what? It's like, oh, well, I take it back. I did do Paddington.
I did do that. All right, I guess I can do this. So, but yeah, for anybody that's ever played D&D at least once in their life, I'd say see this movie. It's gonna be a fun ride, or you're gonna hate it because they're definitely gonna do things like that's not how that's supposed to go. You're actually supposed to be able to climb and then you can sprint 30 feet. And then once you sprint 30 feet, you can then land and use your bonus action to cast a spell. And once you cast that spell, that's the end of your turn. But as a reaction, you can use the effect of the spell to then spin around and clap. And then Thunder Wave will allow you to reverberate through the chamber. And then you can summon the fricking dragon.
Wow, that's a rabbit hole I do not want to go down.
I met a guy. He did that. No, okay, all right.
Try not to name names.
I don't know who this person was. I do not know.
Okay.
I was at work. This was 2 years ago. I had a bag of dice with me. My dice sitting there on the desk.
He typically does, like the necklace that you wear almost all the time.
It's on punishment. I asked it if it's done being on punishment, like before we start recording. It rolled a 1, so it went back in its jail.
It's like his magic 8-ball.
So, but yeah, no, I was sitting at work and I had some dice out because I was rolling a character because this was back in the Wild West days, and a guy came in. He adjusted his glasses. He saw you play DnD. I was like, yeah, I do.
Was he like socially awkward as all?
No, he was married, but he did a thing that was very odd. Yeah. He was like, what are you playing? I was like, yeah, well, right now we're playing, Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And, we just fought this thing. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, that's cool. But he then pulls a bag of dice out, puts them on the table. So let me, how about you and your D&D characters face a 8-armed droidica. He said droidica. I don't know why I said droidica. With 6 phase blasters and a kyber crystal laser, and try to handle that. And no one in the party is a Jedi because he was playing Star Wars, the D&D equivalent of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've done that.
Yes, and he. But like the actual game from the actual books. Oh. And it's like, see how your D&D characters handle that. And picked up his dice and then walked away. I've never seen this man again in my life. Never seen this man again in my life.
Oh my God. Oh wow.
I think about it from time to time.
That's an experience right there. You go see this movie, those people are gonna be in the audience taking notes or sitting like this.
Yeah. Yes. So.
And you're gonna hear them, no.
We'll go on a Tuesday when everybody's at work.
Oh man.
So yeah, but with them using, like,
because D&D can get like butt heads. There can be egos that clash, and sometimes these people like that's the only social circle they have, and so that is their realm.
Yeah.
You don't touch their realm. They are the kings and queens of their realm, and everything in between.
Yes.
But yeah, that guy was like,
okay.
Oh, you think you know? Let me show you something.
Yep, and I was like, all right, good sir. Thank you. Have a good day. Never saw him again. Wow.
There's only been one person I've ever said, if this person comes back, I will not continue to play. Apparently, I wasn't the only one that said that though. So,
so yes, it's
I get along with everybody, but yeah.
We try to. Yes. Dungeons and Dragons, overall, like we said, great game. It is a game that has reached a peak, and the only thing I worry about with this movie is where the bubble's gonna pop. If this is the climax of D&D's popularity, like where does it go from here? Because it's seeing also like a resurgence of a lot of the older stuff, the stuff that like Gary Gygax actually worked on, like his original world Greyhawk, which is in first and second edition.
And that's usually what happens. Like Marvel is kind of in that thing right now where they've done the first like Infinity Saga, and they've covered like all the normies, the people who are like casual fans. And now they're doing super deep cuts, and everybody's like, I don't like this anymore.
What does this even mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've even felt lost with like some of these deep cuts,
So, but honestly, if that's kind of what I've been wanting to do.
And that's also like what the big fans do to flex on everybody. It's like, oh, everybody thinks they know. Here we go.
Yeah. So, but with them using like the Red Wizards of Thay, they are definitely like, we see that D&D fans from decades past and everywhere are coming here. They're using, like I said, all these things to pay homage, but also to show you that this world is alive and thriving in ways you couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
So,
and it's just for funsies. It's just for fun. Like, don't take it so seriously. But also, I just thought about this. We have mentioned our campaign, and the one I say our campaign because I play it, but in reality, it is Quinn's creation, and he is the author and the creator and the DM of this campaign. London's Lost the Plot. Go check out his YouTube page.
Oh yeah.
That shows. Is it just audio, or is it audio and video, or is it a little bit of both?
Just audio now, because video stuff dies too fast.
Okay.
So yes.
Yeah. So you can go listen to our campaign, and also don't forget to check out Quinn's Corner, where Quinn does also tell stories, because that's basically what Dungeons and Dragons is. It's storytelling. And you can change the medium or whatever, but a lot of the stories that Quinn does write are basically like fan fiction inside the D&D world, and I've voiced a couple characters on there, and it's pretty fun.
Yes.
And of course, Quinn is a voice acting phenomenon. If anybody out there is wanting to hire this man, like accents, high pitch, low pitch, whatever you want.
I've been a woman far too many times in my life.
No lie. That's probably my favorite part, is like when he's doing NPCs, and it's like the bar wench, and he's got to flirt with another character to progress the story or something crazy. Or like when it's a gnome, and it's like, "Hi, how you doing?" Show me your gnome voice.
Oh, you
Gotta put you on the spot. Oh, my bad.
Have boss, me, I'm a gnome. That's fine. All right. Let's hear. It's there. All right, we're done now. Okay.
Oh, okay. That wasn't the one I was thinking of. But
which one were you thinking of?
Our last campaign, and it was like he was like the bartender or something, or the handyman, the right hand man to the guy. Like he was like our contact. I can't remember his name, but anyways, he was.
Okay. Last campaign.
Yeah, it was Rachel and Stephanie and.
Oh. The Quickling? No. The
Quickling.
I have to think about it. When I think about it, I'll remember.
Yeah, just burst it out when you're ready.
Okay.
Anyways.
Huh. Yes. Anyways. In the ether.
So yeah, D&D is fun, and if you want to play it, just find somebody who's into it. You probably don't have to go far nowadays.
No. COVID changed that.
Yeah, I mean, Zoom meets.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch Critical Role, it's basically what they do. Anything on, like
Roll20.
Yeah. Twitch has a lot of.
Twitch has a lot of stuff. Everybody and if you go outside and just yell, "Hey, does anyone play D&D?" At least one person will like, "Why?"
Step out the door with their dice.
You want to play? I got character sheets. You need dice? I got dice. I have a dice addiction, according to my wife. It's fine.
Slightly.
She's
fine. Not wrong.
It's fine. I don't addiction. It's fine.
Okay. What's your dream dice?
My
dice is a big thing in D&D because that's how you determine, like, it's a game of chance, right?
Yeah, it's a game
of
chance.
What happens? I want to do this thing. Well, roll.
Yeah.
Roll and see. If you get a 1, then that's not good, or a 20, and that's really good.
It's perf. My dream dice.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be really weird. I can't get them, or else I'll get divorced. Because
that's why I wanted you to mention them.
It's because they're
not that
yes.
one, but.
It's because they're like, it's out of my reach, and so now that I can't have it ever, I want it more than ever.
Hold on. I know I said earlier that there's nothing inherently satanic about D&D, but
It's just this one thing. This
this
thing.
is a Quinn thing, not necessarily a D&D thing.
It's
so,
it's
it
dice
might freak you out, but
that are made from human bone. But I'm lucky I don't live in Georgia because you
if
can't.
you were like a biology teacher, you could get this easily.
I super could. I might go back to college.
Order your skeletons and
Yeah, but
carve your own.
yeah. So, but I can't. I actually showed somebody the website today because they were like, "Human dice? What do you mean?" Because if you Google human dice, just Google
I
it.
bet some weird things come up.
Yeah. You get a mouth dice.
A mouth dice?
Uh huh. You get
A mouth?
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. Just hold on.
Like, is it made from mouth parts? Like a tongue or teeth? Or
It's gross. Just hold on.
because all I'm picturing is like a human in the shape of a dice.
Actually, this is the
Like
one that
some
pops
Ren
up.
and
You get
Stimpy
something like
shit.
that.
Oh, that's disgusting.
So.
Ah, it's like a six-sided flesh dice.
Yes.
Made it like human
I am-
skin and an eyeball.
Happy I could give you some nightmare fuel tonight.
Nasty.
Uh,
There's some weirdos out there that do play D&D. Just like anything, but that's not
Every-
D&D's fault.
every community has its darkness, and I'm tapping at the glass.
Scratching, let me in.
It's like, hey, I just want to see it. But yeah, no. After I discovered them like a year and a half, about a year ago. No, almost 2 years ago now. Yeah, it's been in my dreams. Those are my.
You've literally dreamt about them.
I've dreamt about them. But I did get bone dice that were approved by my lovely wife. But they're buffalo bone, so that's fine. It's okay.
Don't pout.
It's fine.
It's akin to.
Yeah, they've done some real damage with those. I had the first time I used them, there was a TKP, so you know it happens.
TKP. What?
Total player kill.
Oh.
A total party kill.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Were you there? No, you were not.
I don't think I've come close to death.
You've come close to death,
Yeah.
but you've not died. They died. What had happened? One of them just walked into a room. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna check this out." They just like checked it out, and there was a creature hiding in there whose whole deal was he takes control of somebody's body and he uses them like a marionette. So
There's some evil cats out there for sure. Like
yeah,
I,
he looked like a cat. And he used that player to attack the other players and killed them. Then he released that player, and he made a phone call. It was a phone call to his boss. His boss then sent one of her horsemen, and the horseman took that player
took them where?
back to Baba Yaga's hut.
Baba Yaga.
So yeah. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, some crazy stories, and that's what's fun about it is the social experience, the friends you make along the way, and all that fun stuff.
Huh.
I'm really excited to see like the camaraderie and all this with these players.
Yeah.
Who are thieves? They're all thieves, but they're like different types of thieves, obviously.
Yeah, never trust the rogue.
Yeah, it seems like Hugh Grant's character is the rogue.
Yep, never trust the rogue.
Yeah,
Rogue will always,
casting is pretty good.
yeah.
With Chris Pines playing the lute and like that's the kind of silliness I'm expecting now. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, this is gonna be fun. This is
And I don't know if you're aware of all like the D&D books.
there's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
And I do expect like some of those characters to make a cameo. As much as I dislike this man, I expect Driss to show up at some point in time because there's a displacer beast, and Driss has a displacer beast that he raises from a pup. So, yeah. And then there's also There's a lot of famous drow, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I wonder if, like, does it say, like, where they are? Because that's a huge clue, right?
Yeah. I mean, if a Red Wizard of Thay is the bad guy, the BBEG, big bad guy at the end of the thing, yeah. There's a lot of shorthand. Yeah. If a Red Wizard of Thay is the bad guy, then they're either in Faerun, which is where a lot of D&D stuff takes place in. I don't think they're in Greyhawk. I don't think they've went that far back. Or they could be... I forgot the name of the island. I say it wrong every time. It's not Crit. It's an island where all the Yuan-ti live. But, yeah.
Yuan-ti Island.
No, it starts with the C. Chult? Chult. Or they're on the island of Chult. So, but I think they're in Faerun to kind of keep it within the realm of 5e, and then if this movie does well, they could easily go elsewhere.
Yeah, cross dimensions and all that fun stuff.
Because that stuff,
Parallel
all of it
worlds.
exists. All of it. It's very high magic, but it all exists.
Yeah, all the different realms and all kinds of fun stuff that, like, I mean, there are magics where, different magic spells or whatever, where you basically just hide something in a pocket dimension, and that's where you keep your shit, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't have anything else unless you do.
That's it. I'm. The more I talk about it, the more I see the video or the trailer and behind the scenes and the stuff with the actors, and the more excited I get about it, and just kind of, I'm just not take it seriously, just like, you know, take it tongue in cheek and not really know what to expect. Don't go in with expectations. You know, I mean, it's like the difference between Thor: The Dark World and Ragnarok. I mean, it's like, or even Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, there are many shades of this color of D&D. Like, there's different elements and realms and all types of different things. Like, the bad guys are bad people. They're bad guys.
Yeah.
And it can get dark very quickly.
Super
but
can.
the fun is light, and
Yeah.
the good people are, you know, there's goodness, and then there's lots of gray. Lots of gray.
Lots of gray. And there's... Yeah. Last thing. The darkness of it. Because I don't think I've ever introduced it like in any of our games. But I have played a game where it really took part. Well, no. I think Stephanie did once. There is, like, you know, the things that we deal with out here in our world, like racism and all that stuff. All that is, like, not heavy, but it exists. And in some parts, it is, like, thumb down on ground heavy in D&D.
Yeah, there are certain races that experience racism a lot, and certain races that are very racist towards other races.
Yeah. So, I don't know if they're... I think it's still going to kind of be, you know, like I said, be lighthearted, kid-friendly for the most part. For the most part. They said they're going to go to the bar drinking, so, I mean... Who's this movie made for? I know who it's made for. It's fine.
It's made for us.
It's made for us. So, but yeah, it's... We'll see how far they go, because if this does well, we could very easily down the line get a Five Torches deep style Dungeons and Dragons movie, and that is rough. So
It's dark, huh?
yep, you might as well just die.
Hopefully they'll balance it out with the lightheartedness too.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're taking the Marvel approach, that's kind of like
Yeah.
the thing.
When the villain shows up, it's serious, but other times serious, medium after the first meeting of the villain. Then once you, like, everybody has revelations, then you meet the villain for the final time, and serious tone to a happy finish. With some type of sacrifice. What are we sacrificing? Don't know, but some type of sacrifice.
Yeah, because of these priests and whatnot. Demon priests, I guess. I don't know. But,
Red Wizards of Thay?
yeah.
They, easiest way for me to describe them, they are magic hungry. We should be in charge. If we're not in charge, you can't be in charge type of folks. And they're all pretty high-level wizards. One of them is a lich. I mean, color fits. All right. Yeah. So, dang, Dylan, that's the most accurate thing I've heard today.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all.
I have friends that might see this, and I can't say that out loud.
Yeah, we got you. All right, I got nothing else.
Yeah. So there's a certain hat those people wear. And they think it's great.
I think it's great. All right.
Yeah, that's not what I said though. I said something else.
I know.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying for the audience. But anyway, yeah, I can't think of anything else. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. Gonna be silly. I'm expecting silliness, like with Thor: Love and Thunder. I still reference that one because like it caught me off guard of how silly it was.
Yes. It might be on that same level.
It might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I hope Joe Manganiello makes an appearance. I know Matt Mercer definitely will. There's another dude. I keep forgetting his name. He's also really good.
Yeah, Joe Manganiello was the one I was forgetting earlier as far as like cameos.
So we'll see. All right.
Yeah. Some Chris Hardwick or those people. Will Wheaton maybe.
Yeah.
Those types.
To make just random appearances of faces. They might throw out a Vecna or two. Of like, yeah, who do you think we are? Who do you think he is? Vecna? Yeah. Because if it is.
Little Easter eggs.
Oh my God!
It's probably gonna be chock full of Easter eggs. I mean, just the trailer in itself. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's a mimic. Oh, it's a gelatinous cube. Oh, it's a displacer beast. Oh, it's an owlbearer." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be that. Like it.
Just in-game level of stuff over here.
Yeah. It's like it's gonna be like going to a Marvel movie with a Marvel fan, where they're just like, "Ooh, that's.
Yep.
So yeah, think about that when you go see it. Who you going with?
Yeah. Ow.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing this movie with Quinn. And
Yay.
that'd be great if we could take our group.
Yeah. Oh, we may have to. When's it come out? Next year?
You know what? That might be something that. Yep, 2023.
2023. I mean, we'll take most of the group. I think one of us will be gone by then.
Yeah.
That'll be alright. In spirit. With Kurueska de Pache.
Looking up the release date.
So. Well, he's looking up the release
March
date.
3rd, 2023. Whoop, whoop.
18.
All right, that's all I've got.
10. That's all I got.
Alrighty. So, yeah. Thanks for joining us. And next week we'll talk about something else, and it may be Marvel, it may not be. I mean, there's a lot of Marvel to talk about right now, but
DC's 10-year plan.
yeah, a lot of DC stuff like cancellation of Batgirl.
Boy,
like,
howdy.
so many people are freaking
I'm livid
right now.
You have no idea. I had to physically calm myself down. It's fine.
There's a lot to talk about, but a lot of people are already talking about it. So
Yeah.
we just don't want to be just extra noise, I guess, even though it would be fun to talk about.
Bro, how far? Okay, it's fine. We're not gonna get into it. Cause the only thing I want to know is how far
Into filming they were?
Yeah. Cause if it's like basically done, chop that together, throw some CGI on the end, and send it to me.
I think just right now it's just being kind of like, okay, we're gonna prioritize other things at the moment, and then we'll come back around to that.
Because we might need to do some reshoots to make sure this fits in our new actual universe.
Right, yeah.
And if that's the case, that's fine.
Yeah, but that's not how they said it.
Nope. They said it's on the shelf. Good luck. Bye.
Yeah, the top shelf is gonna get dusty.
It's gonna see.
Yeah.
Hey there, Woody. Up there, see that goddamn penguin. Hey, Squeaker, you been up here? Yeah, she forgot about me. Yeah. Top shelf looking penguin. All right.
Yeah, that's all we got. Thank you guys for joining us. Hope that you will join us every Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. ish Central Standard Time, to talk about nerdy shit. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon so you know when we drop videos, and go live, and all that fun stuff.
All of it.
Yeah, I totally flubbed that. But anyways, yeah, when we go live and drop new videos, all that fun stuff. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, don't forget to and also don't forget to check out our Westworld coverages.
Yes, coverage.
My brain is falling apart.
It's late.
Westworld coverage on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that one's fun too. Westworld's a great show.
It's a great show.
Yep, and The Walking Dead is right around the corner, so we'll come back for part 3
for the final season. This is it.
Yeah, I kind of want to talk about Tales of the Walking Dead too, because it looks like they saved all their actually good stories for
Tales of the Walking Dead.
Yeah, it's like, why couldn't you just like, I don't know.
I think
I've got a soapbox. I'm not.
They need to tune in next week as we have a special edition of The Broken Dead.
To kind of catch up on Terry Crews, Olivia Munn, y'all.
Yep.
Yep.
There you go.
Did you watch the trailer?
I did, and I was like, I watched it without sound, so I was looking at Terry Crews and was like, why do I want to laugh? I want to laugh.
Olivia Munn kind of like jabs him a little. She's like, oh, what are you going to do? Just hang out. He was like, I'm still alive. And he's like, what are you going to do? Hang out here with your protein powder?
Ow. Why did that get me? My eyes not opening. Oh no. Yeah. I don't smell toast.
Yeah, it's a well-needed steroid shot for the Walking Dead universe. Tales is.
Steroid shot.
Much needed.
Yes.
But anyways, yeah, as far as the FOMO show goes tonight, we are done. Thank you guys so much. I am Dylan.
I am He-Man.
Woman hater stuff.
I am Quinn. I'm Quinn.
And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.